Alright guys, this dropped yesterday and it's got lots of people talking. Very, very interesting turn of events. Now, whether you're sort of pro this or anti this, doesn't really matter. It's a very, very, very interesting thing, both for Netflix as well as for Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey. So, Netflix is going to be hosting a live event, an MMA fight between Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I think this is quite a surprise, actually. You know, this is... What is this like? This is the first thing that Gina Carano has sort of publicly put her name to, I guess. Post-Disney... Well, not... kind of lawsuit. Not kind of... Settlement. Post-Disney settlement. And I'm going to throw it out there. I think this will garner a hell of a lot of live views. I think it will be a massive, massive payday for both Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. And I ultimately think that's why they're doing it. You know, I'm going to throw my cynical hat into the ring and say this is all for Damula. And I know there'll be loads of people that go, well, shut up. Gina Carano's got loads of money. Well, I guess so, to a degree. But then I guess, I mean, why else would you do it then? Because neither are in their prime. So, what are you proving with this? Aside from, one, getting a loads of cash, which there will be a huge payday involved in this. And no doubt, make no mistake, it will be massive. But also... increasing both individuals' profiles. And, yeah, maybe landing some more work afterwards, which I think is, you know, a sort of a byproduct of this. I think Gina Carano will potentially land some roles after this. I don't think she'll get one, you know, I mean, I'm pretty certain she's got like a TV role coming up or something like that. But I think this will help raise her profile and show Hollywood that her profile is big and thus land her some roles. So, anyway, there's sort of my preamble out the way. Just thought I'd, you know, put my cards on the table. I think this is just all about the cash. And, you know, I think that's fine. I think that's an acceptable position to hold. But as they say here, as it was first revealed on the Ring Report, Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are returning to MMA to headline Most Valuable Promotions, so MVP, and Netflix's upcoming mixed martial arts event on the streamer. Now, this is actually really interesting from a Netflix perspective, and also definitely one to watch just as people that are interested in the broader industry, because Netflix has a long history. I say long, it's not that long, but they have a history at the moment of trying to host live events, right, and then crashing. So it'll be really interesting to see whether they've sorted their infrastructure out. And then their live stream will actually go ahead and it won't crash, because a lot of Netflix stuff, even things which are pre-recorded and aren't live, have been crashing lately when they are over demanded. You know, the sort of, I don't know, the ability for them to allow mass amounts of people on whatever server it is that they're running, it just causes it to crash. So it'll be really interesting to see whether this causes another crash. Just from a perspective of, well, has Netflix managed to fix it yet? So Rousey, I'm probably butchering that as well, a former UFC champion and Olympic medalist, who did, 12-2, 9 submissions, 3 knockouts, returns to MMA for the first time in nearly a decade. Right? That's the thing. Nearly a decade. And it's very similar for Carano. Carano's not been in... She's not been doing anything for a very long time as well. And I'm not being mean, or this is not intentionally mean anyway. But Gina Carano wasn't in great shape the last time she was appearing on screen. Now, obviously, you know, you turn that around, but they're both getting on a bit. And I'm not... For athletic perspective, as women, they are both getting on a bit. Women just don't have the necessary hormones it takes to get in shape like guys do. Guys can continue getting in shape, you know, much later in life because they have testosterone. Women obviously don't have that. And if you gained a few pounds, which just the reality of it is Gina Carano did gain quite a few pounds, I don't know. I mean, who knows? I think it'll be interesting to see, and I'll be really impressed if they both turn up and they're in fantastic shape. They are going to be fighting in the featherweight category, which I think is interesting, because that's, they're basically up to 145 pounds. So it's like 60, I think, off the top of my head, it's like 68 kilos, which is, that's quite heavy. That's quite heavy for an athlete, anyway. An athletic woman of a short, diminutive stature. So I think this is really, really interesting. It's going to be May 16th. So that's good. And that is Netflix's first ever live MMA broadcast. So, interesting. That is interesting. So, I guess it's a historical thing. This is a historical MMA fight. So, Netflix's VP of Sport said yesterday, after the record-breaking success in boxing, we wanted our first MMA event to be truly legendary. And I guess it will be. It's a bit of an exhibition fight, though, isn't it, really? These are more than just athletes. They are generational stars, and having them headline our MMA debut at the Intuit Dome is a defining moment for us. So Rousey chimed in and says, been waiting so long to announce this, so hopefully they are in shape if they've been doing this for a while. Like, this has been in the works for a while. Me and Gina Carano are going to throw down in the biggest super fight in women's combat sport history. And we're partnering with the Fighter First promoter MVP, as well as the baddest streamer on the planet, Netflix. Alright, calm down. This is for all MMA fans, past, present, and future. Carano just said, Ronda came to me and said there is only one person she would make a comeback for, and it's been her dream to make this fight happen between us. Ronda thanked me for opening doors for her career and was respectful in asking for this fight to happen. This is an honour. I believe I will walk out of this fight with the win, and I anticipate it will not come easy, which I welcome. This is as much for Ronda and I as it is for the fans and mixed martial arts community. What a time to be alive. I mean, it's going to be great. This will be a huge thing. It'll be really interesting to see. And it'll be really interesting to see the potential fallout from this, right? What happens? Do they both get welcomed back into the Hollywood fold? I mean, then again, this is the image here. They're not in incredible shape. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. I think this is interesting. It's clearly all for the moolah, I think. That's my take on it anyway. So what do you think? Let me know down below. Will you be watching this? I'll be keeping a tab on it just because I find this stuff to be interesting. It's the industry at large, isn't it? Anyway, cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.